You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? It is your boy Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Excuse my voice. Let me start off by saying that at first, guys, I just seem to have the worst fucking luck when it comes to being sick, especially these last couple of months, man. I mean, I literally have been in the house, in the man cave, balled up like a tortilla, surrounded by Kleenex and empty chicken noodle soup cups and water bottles and shit. I mean, yeah, and still sick, still under the weather, since pretty much Thursday. So yeah, it's been pretty fucked up for me, guys. I'm like, why is this happening to me? I never get sick, in succession like this. Usually if I get sick really bad, I won't see that again for at least a year. You know what I mean? But for some strange reason, I live in Texas. I live in Dallas. So, the weather here is really, really flimsy. One day it's, 69 degrees, and then the next day it's like, 30. So it's just been crazy. So I'm trying to deal with this flu, and I'm out of the woods as far as the rough parts are concerned. I'm still fucked up, but man, not like I was a couple of days ago. So I guess I got to be thankful for that. But like I said, welcome to the show. Please, in advance, just excuse the voice, the vocals, and just bear with me on that, guys. I want to get this podcast done. This is my 100th episode, technically 101, but there was a bonus podcast somewhere, a year back, I want to say, maybe even further. And, but we are at episode 100. I cannot believe it. And come so far, and hopefully I can do 100 more, maybe 200 more. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I mean, got some great news, got some things to talk about today in this podcast, man. We got some Anthem to talk about. So much was revealed, recently, as far as video games are concerned, with the Dragon Ball Project Z thing, and also season 2 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. Going to be talking about that. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm really excited, and we're going to get into some gangster shit. So with that, all that held in mind, I mean, I guess let's get started. Also, I also want to glance upon Netflix real quick. Netflix is working on a Resident Evil series, man. I mean, the Resident Evil game just came out not too long ago, and it's receiving rave reviews right now. The average score is anywhere from 8.7 to 9 out of 10. So that's pretty fucking dope. I haven't had a chance to play it. Like I said, I've been in the house since Thursday. I have not had a chance to do any of that. I haven't played any game, period. I mean, I was feeling so fucked up that I couldn't do anything. All I could do was lay back and watch, Netflix, and that's it, man. Speaking of Netflix, I don't know, man, I might be rocking with Netflix just a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna have to make a transition. The reason why I'm saying that, guys, is because if you don't know, if you guys have Netflix, they're going to be, up in the ante on their prices. They're going to be going up on everybody. Word is, excuse me, that it's going to go up to about $15 to $16 now. And I guess starting from the day, I guess you've got another couple months. So a couple months from now, be looking out for that. I'm sure you'll get an email. I'm sure, somebody will notify you. But just be wary of that. If you don't mind paying that, hey, cool for you. If not, then, There's some other places that you can actually go to. Now, me personally, on my end, I'm a guy who doesn't really care about cable, but we have cable here. My girlfriend watches cable, but she doesn't even watch it that much. Let's keep it real. If she's listening, she doesn't watch it a lot. But we have it. And, Netflix is my go-to thing, and YouTube. Those are my two things. I don't watch a regular TV unless it's like sports, and, NFL is done right now. So I don't know, man. I don't have much use for it. You know what I mean? My son, he doesn't watch cable TV anymore. It's just really YouTube or, Netflix or something. You know what I mean? Every once in a while he'll watch something on TV, but very rare. That's just the world we live in now, man. That's where it's going. But I'm thinking I'm going to lean towards Hulu. And I say that because Hulu, if you guys don't know, has signed some kind of deal with Funimation now. So they're getting pretty much the bulk of the anime from the Funimation app. In other words, with Funimation, they're doing a lot of the English dub for a lot of this anime out here, and it's available. My Hero Academia, and the list goes on and on and on. And I was looking for somewhere where I can go watch anime where I could actually get some dubs off of there, because I do a lot of multitasking and stuff like that, and most of these anime that I watch, I need to sit down in front of the TV and do nothing else because I have to focus on reading so I know what's going on. But, if you have, English dub, then you don't have to worry about that as much. You can still watch, but yeah, you can still multitask and do some other things. You might want to edit or, whatever you got going on in your world. And, also I find that listening to the English dub get you a little bit more familiar with the characters name wise, pronunciation and stuff like that. Perfect example of that. When I first saw Naruto, and I saw it on Netflix, and then, of course, Netflix only had a couple of seasons, 2 or 3 seasons. And after that was done, I had to go to Crunchyroll, and guess what? Crunchyroll was all sub. So I had to read all the, text, as I watched Naruto, which I didn't mind. I mean, I loved, I had a crazy experience with Shippuden, but I watched it all in basically, text. So I didn't get the English dub. So I wanted to watch it over, which I'm doing now, and I'm watching it in, in English dub. So in my experience, listening to, the pronunciation of, a lot of the characters, it helped me remember the characters more, because you don't really know how to pronounce. You're reading it, but you don't know exactly how to pronounce it when you're saying it. And then when you listen to somebody else say it, that's the correct, way you're supposed to say that name. I don't know. That's just my experience. I don't know about you guys, but if I can get a dub, an English dub, I'd go with the dub. Now, a lot of people do say that the Japanese voice sounds better, and I agree to some extent. You know what I mean? But it just depends on who's doing it. You know what I mean? But still, if I can get more anime with a dub, with the English dub, I'm leaning towards that. And Funimation does that and has that. So, and then also, I was going to actually go buy, the Funimation app, but their app is broken as fuck. I think I mentioned this before. At least for me, it is on the phone and on the PS4. I had bad experiences with the app, so I chose to leave that where I found it. But now with Hulu, you don't have to worry about that. I can go to Hulu, so I can get good new shows from Hulu, but I can also get my anime fix right there. And a lot of those will actually have a fucking dub, an English dub. So that's where I'm headed when my Netflix thing is out. What I'll probably end up doing is cutting out the cable eventually. And then, my girl might keep Netflix, and then, I'll keep Hulu, and we'll just do it like that. So that's where we're headed. Side tangent real quick. I saw a dope ass show. Being sick, always when you're laid up and you don't have shit to do, and you feel so sick to where you can't even fucking play games like I couldn't do. I haven't played Zelda in days, which is like new for me. I'm in uncharted territory right now. So I just hadn't played anything. But you watch a lot of stuff, because really you're just laying there and you don't have any strength to do anything else but lay there and watch shit. So I watched a dope ass show on Netflix called Sinners, starring the main character, the main protagonist, I guess, is Jessica Biel. If you guys don't know who that is, she used to be a star. She used to be on a show called Seventh Heaven, man, that I used to watch too. I mean, she's just a beautiful chick, man. Beautiful, beautiful woman, great actress. Hadn't seen her in a lot of things lately, but man, when I saw her, I clicked on it, looked at the show, and it's one season and it ends. There's not going to be a season 2. From my understanding, it's not, but the show's excellent. I really enjoyed it. I started it and I just binged it the whole day. I think I watched it until like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. But yeah, if you are looking for a new show, something dark, something, a little different, check out Sinners, man, on Netflix. A little side tangent. I don't even know what the fuck where I was. Where did I leave off at before I got on that shit? Oh, we're talking about just Netflix, period. Okay, let's get off the Netflix thing and let's move on to some other stuff, man. Let's move on to some fucking Nintendo Switch news, man. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. What's going on with Nintendo, you say? Well, I can tell you right now, Metroid Prime. Yes, Metroid Prime 4, a game I was waiting for, a game I was looking forward to playing, maybe at the end of 2019, but that's not going to happen. The reason is they decided to scrap the development of this game and start all over again. Yes, supposedly they were working on this game. They weren't pleased with what was going on and they decided to scrap the game. Nintendo stated this themselves. They let everybody know, look, we had to scrap it. It just, for whatever reason, it wasn't coming around and we want everybody to be, we want the fans to appreciate, this series, and we weren't doing any justice, so we had to scrap it. So now we're starting all over from scratch. And, man, I mean, that kind of broke my heart a little bit. Now the cool thing is, maybe it was a good thing that this happened because I don't know who was in charge of this project, up until this point, but they basically gave the keys to Retro Studios, and Retro Studios have pretty much done the last, 2 or 3, Metroid games. So they have a nice track record. This is who's going to be taking over. So, I mean, I guess the project is in good hands now. Maybe they know a little bit more. They have more experience with this stuff now. So I think it'll be all right. The only fucked up thing about this is now when you start a new project from scratch, that basically is saying that, looking at at least 2 to 3 year development. And that's usually, what you get on most games. So we're not going to see this game until the tail end of, the Switch's life cycle, most likely. Yeah, who knows what these motherfuckers are doing or planning. I don't know. But yeah, man, so don't get excited. Don't hold your breath. Because we're not going to see Metroid anytime soon. So, I'm kind of upset about that. You know what I mean? Nintendo has, what's pissing me off about it a little bit is the fact that Nintendo, they know that one of their cornerstones, is a Metroid franchise. They should have jumped on this years ago, in my opinion. They should have been working on this IP. They should have been, figuring this out. This should have been one of the first, IPs that they should have been working on along with Zelda, and along with like Mario, in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, them starting from scratch, when we do finally get this game, it will mean the world to everyone. And I hope they follow through with what they claim they will be doing. But yeah, sad news for Metroid fans who wanted a new Metroid game. Now we might be getting some old Metroid games, maybe a trilogy or perhaps, to hold us over, this year. I think that's all we're going to get, all we have to look forward to until the actual, Metroid Prime 4 drops. So it is what it is. Yeah, let's leave that alone and let's jump onto our next topic. And that is going to be Anthem. Now, Anthem is a game I told you guys I was very excited to play, still am excited to play. It comes out February 22nd, the same day as Jump Force. And it's going to be a dilemma, but you know, Anthem was one of the only online games that I was really excited to play. Um, a little hesitant because EA is involved in this, but I can overlook that with the gameplay. It looks very, very promising, from the outside looking in. But for me, it's always going to be an issue with online only games. I'm always going to have an issue with online only games for the simple fact that when shit is bad, it's just bad. There's nothing you could do about it. You can't say, oh, okay, I can't get on right now. The servers are fucked up right now, but I only have this amount of time to play it. So what do? I'll just play offline. Psych. There's no offline. You're fucked. You're not doing anything offline. If you can't play it online, you can't play it at all. So what if you really like the game and they decide that, well, the servers no, it's not going to last. We got a year. And after that, they shut the servers down. Guess what? The game's a coaster. It's an ashtray. It's whatever, but it's not a game anymore once they close that server down. So you better squeeze all of the juice you can out of those games, because when the servers go down, it's just a wrap. It's a wrap from there. So, and we can't control any of that. You know what I mean? So that's why I appreciate, single player games so much, because you can always go back. There's no timestamp on them. I can go back and play God of War anytime I want. One of my favorite games of all time. I can go back and play that anytime I want. I've been always meaning to go back to it, but there's more games, there's life, there's other things that come out. Same thing with like a game like Zelda Breath of the Wild. I could play that anytime I want. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about, a time constraint. I might not get to God of War again for another 2 years. Who knows when I play that again, or, whatever. But when I do, guess what? I'll be able to play it whenever I feel like popping that boy in. And I can't say the same for these online games. That's just my only issue with online only games. But the cool thing about online games is, of course, you can play online with friends. And if the game is good, then, hey, it's always a plus. But just know that when you buy an online only game, it's like, you're on a timer, no matter how you look at it. You know what I mean? So enjoy it while it lasts. I'll say that. And that's all you can get. But there's been a lot of shit going on around this game right now, man. It's made me a little hesitant about the game, and it's made me kind of pump my brakes as far as, should I buy it, day one? Should I get it day one? And you know what? I'm leaning towards no now. And the reason why I say that is because I want to see what's going on, because I'm seeing mad videos of people saying that, the beta, which is only accessible to people who have pre-ordered the game, and they're not even having a lot of people aren't having good experiences with this, because the server is pretty much, fucked up right now. And anytime you have a new server, a new IP, things are going to be rocky, man. And if you don't know that by now, then you're fooling yourself. That's just how it is. You're going to have issues and everything like that. So my thing is this: I don't want to buy a game and not be able to play it when I want to play it. It's just going to make me that much more upset, that much more pissed. And, that's when people start breaking out the pitchforks and shit, man. And that's why a lot of games, don't make it or fail or don't go as far as they should have gone, because, they tell the consumers one thing and then they turn around and it is doing something else. So it's kind of like, you've been hearing in the streets that your girl's been cheating on you, or talking to Danny, or talking to, Gerald or Benny or whatever the fuck. But you just don't want to believe that. You know what I mean? You don't want to walk in on, in a movie theater, and see her, sitting next to somebody else, kissing them, sharing popcorn and drinking soda and shit. You know what I mean? That's like how I feel about Anthem right now. I hear the whispers in the streets, but, I don't want to experience the letdown. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is waiting probably, at least, a week before I buy it, because, I'd hate to buy the game, get in there, and I can't even get access to the servers. Or if I do get access, it's a glitch fest. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. Another thing that people have been saying is the fact that, the currency is going to be different and way different. Like, in other words, the demo is different from the game. Basically, you're going to be starting in the middle of the game. There's not going to be any tutorials. There's not going to be a pilot picker. Balance is going to be super different, and economy is going to be completely different. These are the things that everybody's tripping on right now about Anthem, what they're saying about it or whatnot. So, and that's, when you're talking about EA, people are getting shook because they're like, oh, what does EA got up their sleeve now? It's going to be pay to play. And are you going to have to grind for hours and hours and hours before you can get somewhere? And these are questions that, I don't want to find out, on the fly. I don't want to buy the game and then find out some of these things the hard way. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, to save face on that note, what I'll probably end up doing is waiting, because I know a lot of friends of mine are going to get this. I really want to get it too, but I'm going to wait, I think, now, because I want to see, I want the servers to be working. I want all the boo-boo to be, cleaned up. You know what I mean? And it's going to take some time. So plus, Jump Force coming out. Now, the cool thing about Jump Force is, yes, it's online, but guess what? It's also offline, and the servers are not very good with Jump Force either. I mean, right now they had to push back, the open beta days because the servers were just so fucked up. I tried to get on. I couldn't get on a couple of different times. It was just shit for me and a lot of other people as well. So, they had to reschedule these dates, which are coming shortly. And, it is what it is. I hope they figure it out. But worst case scenario, the servers are fucked up right now and we have to wait on that to play online. Guess what? We still got a story mode. We still got, other modes in this game to keep us busy, and we can still practice and we can do all these things. Same thing with, Dragon Ball FighterZ. When that first came out, man, those servers were ass. But guess what? They had an offline mode. There's a training mode. All these things were available. So, and a story mode. So we could still play the game. We could still learn the game. Why they worked on the servers. So that's the thing. That's my thing with it. You don't have that option with the games like Anthem, with games like The Division 2 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Which is another game I'm excited to play, The Division 2. So, and that's another online game that I had lots of great memories with my friends, running around in these streets, with different, ammo, builds and acting a damn ass. But with, a lot of shit comes with that as well, though. That's pretty much where I'm at with that. And I'm not going to hold my breath, and I'm just going to wait. And hopefully within that week, everything goes good. It could be all good. It could be no issues. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's my decision. That's where I'm standing on Anthem. And, I hope it comes out the gate, with no problems, but that's going to be kind of hard to believe, but we'll see, man. Moving on from that. And if you hear this noise in the background, guys, please excuse me. Please excuse that noise. There's something going on in the fucking walls with the pipes. It's just been crazy. So just bear with me on that. I'll try to eliminate most of it if I can. But if you hear a little bit of some background buzzing, the shit that you're hearing probably right now, just please bear with me, guys. Sorry about that in advance. What I want to talk about now is the Dragon Ball shit. Yes, the Dragon Ball stuff, man. Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Project Z, the action RPG game. Yes, there was a video that was released on Season 2 and on the Project Z game. Now, the Project Z game basically showed a story of what it looks like. People are saying it's going to be like 100 plus hours. So you can put in, over 100 hours into this game. And it looks to be open world to me. It looks to be like, you could walk around, fly around maybe where you want to go, where you need to go. And it looks like the video just shows where it starts right around the Saiyan Saga arc, where they're coming and it starts there, but we don't technically really know. Nobody knows when it starts. Could it start where Dragon Ball? But I doubt it because it's Project Z. So it's got to be Dragon Ball Z. So, it's probably going to be starting around at least Raditz. That's the earliest it can start. But where the commercial showed is where, it showed, it shows pretty much the beginning of Z, which is where around Raditz. But they just show a couple of sequences where, they see a little collage with Goku and Piccolo. You see Goku walking around, different areas. I don't know, man. I'm excited about this. I'm very, very, very interested to find out what else this game entails. Like, is it just going to be Goku? Are you going to have, because we all know a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Goku was not in the picture. So other characters were, heavily involved. You know what I mean? And if they do go from, at least they're starting from Z, that's cool, because I'm interested to see how the other characters play into this. You know what I mean? Like, do you have a party? Is it going to be, a party of 3 or 4? Can you switch out? You know how some of these action RPGs are. You can play with one, but then you can hit a button and you can switch to another character and you're controlling him and so on and so forth. I'm anxious to see how that plays. You can't neglect any other characters, which is awesome. I like the fact that they're going back to Dragon Ball Z and paying homage, which in my opinion is the greatest out of all of the series, out of Dragon Ball Z, and Super right now. Dragon Ball Z is the creme de la creme, if you will, in my opinion. But the other ones are great too. I can't, Dragon Ball was excellent. It really was. But I'm anxious to see how they're going to handle this. I really want to see like a, 15-minute, demo of how this works, how this plays. I can't wait for this. And it's slated for this year. So by the looks of it, they've been working on this. They've had this, in their back pocket, and they've been working on this. So I'm anxious to see what's coming up next. They showed us this video, so it's only right to, assume that, in the coming weeks and months, we're going to see more and more of this, more gameplay and things of that nature, even get a release date. To when this game's coming out. Could be sooner than we might imagine. I mean, who knows? We're not even at the end of January yet, so it's a good sign. And I'm pleased to hear this information, man. Just a Dragon Ball RPG period in general, like a current up to date one. I can't wait. I don't give a fuck. I'm buying this one. This was just I'm a Dragon Ball collector anyway, but I have to get this one. It's going down. It's definitely going down. And also I'm interested to see what they might do with, like, what could they do with this, as far as, other content, like other modes and things of that nature. They could get really creative with this. You know what I mean? I cannot wait. That's really all the information, we have on this game right now, but at least we have a video. I mean, I did not see that coming anytime soon. I mean, the announcement was one thing, but then like a trailer for it already. I mean, that's dope. Last but not least, I wanted to, talk about season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, man. Yes. As you guys know, Jiren is going to be in the building. He's going to be available January 31st, along with, somebody I did not see coming. And that is Videl, slash, Great Saiyaman Gohan. They're kind of doing the same thing they did with, Android 18 when she had 17, kind of, helping her out, kind of like as a support character, if you will. Yeah, man, I think that was a good pick. I totally did not see that one coming. I see a lot of people, getting good with Videl. She just seems like one of those characters that I can definitely see people acting up with her out there, in these streets, in these Dragon Ball FighterZ streets. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think she meshes well with this game. I like the, with her combining Great Saiyaman with that. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. Did not see that coming. I would have never guessed it was going to be, Videl. That one came out of left field for real. But it's cool. Those two are available, in a few days. You know what I mean? I can't wait to play Jiren. I got gameplay video. I can't wait to get the ins and outs. I mean, we saw, the basics of what he can do, but there's other things, of course, to dive into with these characters, what they can do, things, their limitations and, their little ins and outs and secrets and stuff like that. So I cannot wait to get in that lab with my boy Jiren and act ass. Cause I always wanted to add him on the team. And, so yeah, man, be looking out for some Jiren gameplay, really, really soon. Yeah. Cannot wait for that. And then on top of that, we got 2 new character well, I guess reveals for a later release, and that's going to be Gogeta, and of course, you should have guessed, the Brawly from the movie that just passed, the Dragon Ball Super movie. So, you know, I didn't know how I felt about that one. You know, we got two different Brawlies now, but it kind of makes sense to, like, you almost had to put this Brawly in here, man, for fan service or whatnot. Plus, now this new Brawly is very, very popular, man. This dude, he was already a popular character, but I think this Brawly right here, man, is going to take the Dragon Ball world by storm. Especially moving forward. Who knows what his future holds. But you know, I all in all, I can't really be upset with that, with those picks, especially surrounding, you know, the movie and all that. So, you know, I feel that marketing has a lot to do with that and those decisions, but it's all good. I mean, now here's my next thing. Those are all we have. Now there's two more question marks, and we don't have that information. We don't know who those characters are going to be right now. Now my only issue with that is, you know, a character that I've been calling for, and you know, he's not there yet, and that's Master Roshi. And I think Master Roshi is going to be in this game, and I really think he is. I just don't know when. And they can do so much with him. Like I said, he's got his ability where, you know, he bulks up and he does, his command man, like there's things we can be done. And he's like the OG. He has to be in this game. But I'm going to hold that anger. I'm going to hold that, you know, that frustration until, you know, I find out who those other two characters are. And once I find that out, then, you know what I'm saying, I'll let the gun rip. But until then, you know, I'm going to try to have faith that these guys are going to put Master Roshi in this fucking game, and we're going to see this happen. But we shall see. I don't know, man, guys. All in all, it's just a great time to be a fan of Dragon Ball in general, man. Whether you're a gamer, whether you're an anime fan, whether you're a Dragon Ball fan, period. I mean, we got Dragon Ball everywhere, man. And we're getting Dragon Ball games every year. We're getting one Dragon Ball game a year. Apparently that's a thing. Apparently that's something that Bandai Namco and them signed with those guys in Japan to do. Basically, we're going to give you a set amount of money. You're going to produce one Dragon Ball game a year, which will definitely, you know, which is going to generate revenue because those games make money hand over fist, good or bad. And it's a win-win for everybody. So yeah, great things for Dragon Ball, period, man. We got, you know, we definitely have some Dragon Ball Super, stuff coming up, you know, in the future. So, I mean, it's going to be beautiful, man. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I really can't wait till January 31st because, man, you know, I can't wait to see what Jiren is about. I'm going to find out, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see him on my roster. And then a lot of my friends, man. Yeah. I plan on being in the lab a lot with this guy and learning, getting freshen up my skills again. You know what I mean? Might even pick up Videl just for shits and giggles as an alternate because she looks pretty wet. I like what I'm seeing right now. And I like the Great Saiyaman dynamic where you can kind of throw Gohan in there as a Great Saiyaman and you don't have to take up an extra slot to do that. And it looks like he's got a lot of, he's highly involved with, you know, her moveset. So that's a cool thing as well. So it's almost as if like they're really half and half. It wasn't that with 18. I mean, with 18, it was, you know, she bore the grunt of the, you know, of the moves, but, this one seems to be kind of 50-50, but we shall see. Once again, guys, I apologize for the sound, for the noise. I don't know what's going on with these fucking, I don't know what's going on with these shower or these pipes. It had to happen, as I'm recording this, and I usually record late at night. So, usually record later than this. It's a little early for me. It's not even midnight yet. So, but it is what it is. I learned my lesson. I guess I won't be doing, this recording again. I won't be doing it this early again, I guess. So, but yeah, man, that's going to do it for episode 100. That is the fucking show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for my voice again. You know, I just can't catch a break when it comes to this flu thing, man, right now. Hopefully this is the last time that me and the flu get into bed with each other for quite some time. I'm really hoping so, man. But you could always holler at me on social media on Twitter at Studio MacGyver or Instagram, Studio MacGyver79. Also check out the YouTube channel, Studio MacGyver TV. And I want to thank all of the listeners. I want to thank all the new listeners. I got a Discord coming soon. Still working on it, guys. The website is still under wraps right now. I just hadn't had time to do a lot of these things, man. Life is just throwing curveballs on top of curveballs, but I'm going to get it done. This is the year of the ticket. 2019 is going to be a lot of things coming at you guys, so be looking out for that from me. I love each and every one of you guys. I want to thank you all for listening. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. This is Studio MacGyver. You have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.